Hello everyone and welcome back to episode of the month. This is the show where at the end of every month or beginning of every month, depending on when we release this, baby, we look back on the month that be and talk about the episode of that month that was been. This time it's September 2022, and we're venturing into the realm of Rick and Morty. Probably, is it for good reason? I don't know. I just wanted to kind of talk about Rick and Morty this season a little bit, and I'm not going to be doing a big video till all the episodes are done. But I'm very mixed on this season. So, like, the first two episodes, we're talking about episode 3 in particular, but the first two episodes, they just feel like we're playing it safe. We're giving you what you want. We're calling back to the things you like. We don't have to try too exclusively hard. We can just do something simple and tell a good story. You get it. Like, here's a callback, here's a reference. We don't have to make this difficult for you. You get it. We know you're going to watch it anyway, so why are we wasting all of our time talking about it? Well, episode 3, which is called Bethic Twinstinct, it really shook me. Because I was like, I didn't know where this episode was going to go. It's a Thanksgiving episode, which is something that they've been doing a lot recently. Like, the last season had a Thanksgiving episode. Probably the one before that had something similar. I guess it's like a holiday that's easier to exploit than doing a Christmas one because everything's been done to death in Christmas. I really enjoyed this episode. Probably more than some people. Solely because this is the kind of concept that takes a certain type of writer to do. You know, you have to really be willing to commit to the bit. And I think this season, they haven't committed to the bit as well as they should. They've done silly and dumb things. They're like, this is easy. The audience is going to like this. But with this episode in particular, I think they really just said, no, we're going to be divisive here. We're going to try something that not everyone's going to like. So this episode, Space Beth comes back for Thanksgiving. And everyone's just trying to have a good time. You know, they got a new gaming console. They're going to play some weird games, like the finding somebody in Street Fighter game. Like you have to do all this weird stuff in like a Galaga kind of game. It did kind of try to go interdimensional cable for a second there, which was like, yeah, we don't really need to do that anymore. We've kind of outgrown that necessity. So I'm glad they didn't stick to that. But you're like, okay, that's what Rick and Morty and Summer are going to be up to. They're just going to be doing that. We don't have to do much with them. It's the other side story that really intrigues me and does something really fun. And that is just the subtle, gradual build of Beth and Space Beth maybe loving each other. And this is such a funny story. So it's such a fun story, and it definitely feels like something that exists in a post-Loki era where we have multi-dimensional versions of characters kissing each other. And you're like, that doesn't come across as normal. I don't like seeing that. First off, you said Loki was bisexual and he just kissed the girl. What's the point? Why are we doing that? Whatever. But it's like, okay, so people are okay with that idea of being explored in these big ways. The thing of this one is, it starts off as just like Beth is not having a great time. She meets Space Beth, they hit it off nice, they have a good chemistry, good moment. And then the entire episode is just a metaphor about loving yourself, which is kind of positive in a cool way, where it's like, would this happen to you? It's almost like a what if. Like, would you do this thing if this was you? If you had a exact clone of yourself who was the rebellious, carefree version of yourself that got to do all the things you didn't get to do while you're stuck in mundanity, would you two have sex? You know, what a fascinating question. Something we could all explore in ourselves a little bit. It's not even like, oh man, it's wrong that you're doing yourself, but it's like self-love. You know what makes you happy. You know what you want. Finding the thing you're looking for in your partner is actually yourself. So they have a weird moment outside where Summer notices the weird chemistry going off them. They sneak away for some ice cream. They come back and Morty hears them. The two kids are like, what the fuck is our lives? What is existence? What is anything? Let's just stick in our lane and let them do their thing. Everybody figures it out. But Jerry, even Rick says yeah, we've all been there, but don't shove it in our faces. And it's so bizarre because it's such a simple, dumb execution that is just so well written. And the thing is, Rick and Morty, I've always thought is very spotty or iffy with its writing. Sometimes there's a brilliant thing to explore. Sometimes it's pretty simple. This episode, I really think held on to yeah, it's a dumb concept. We're going to make you go on this ride. Not everyone's going to be there with us, but it works. Who of us can say if we had an exact clone of ourselves, we wouldn't have sex with it? Because if you love yourself that much, you're going to love yourself that much. I would at least try it. Am I going to keep this part in? Would I fuck a clone of myself? I guess we'll see. which will never happen because we'll never have the cloning technology to be an exact replica. It's a compelling story. It's silly, it's funny, it's weird, and it escalates to a beautiful just capper where they have a threesome with Jerry where he's like, I'm allowing this to happen, even if I don't like it or not, doesn't matter. I'm allowing it. So now that I'm allowing it, do you still want to do it? And it turns into the weirdest sexual exploit you've ever heard. And all the while, the rest of the family's trying to eat their dinner, and it's awkward and weird. And I'm like, this is, if you're going to go cringy humor, you lean into it strong enough to make us all uncomfortable. That is what that scene did. That is what the whole episode was, and it was brilliant and executed perfectly, and such a weird idea that was so well executed and presented. I'm obsessed with this kind of story. This is what I kind of wanted to lean more into. Again, I don't hate any episode this season. I don't think any of them are particularly brilliant, except for this one, where it's like, why not? We have it. Let's see where that goes. Went towards sex. I'm like, yeah, probably. I'm sure it would happen. It was fun and flirty. What can I hate about that? Just an episode dedicated to making itself look horny. That's fun. That's cool. The best got it on of Jerry. What's not to like? What's not to like? That's what this is. So I understand when people don't like it, but if you're uncomfortable with the notion of hooking up with yourself, here's what I have to say to you. Learn to love yourself more. You know all your quirks and all your tics. You know what you like. So if you found yourself, maybe you get what you want out of some certain aspects of your life. All I'm saying. Think about that. So this season's been interesting. This is the best episode so far, and it is my episode of the month. Now, thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Love yourself a little bit, okay? And good luck. You're going to need it if you don't love yourself.